I mean, that's something we at the end of COVID, we had a situation where we could just tell, essentially for what we were doing, a coach could only coach 3 kids at a time because it was a 4-person group. So for a coach to hit 60 kids a week, they were going to have to do 15 classes. Whereas if you wanted to hit, 60 kids a week, and you were doing groups of 8, you could do that in 6 or 7 classes, right? So people were just getting worked double, triple, and just to reach the same outcomes for the company and for them to impact the same amount of kids. So we kind of got to that point where we're thinking, right, we need to change something here, because we were just surviving through COVID and people are just grinding. And I think a lot of people put to one side their mental health, the longevity, even their physical health. It was like, if I can make some money, because money was hard to come by in COVID, right? It was like, if I have to work 7 hours a day coaching and it's going to pay me, I'm just going to go and do it. I'm just going to go and do it. And I think we got to the end of 2022, just as COVID, 23 was when they dropped it last year, right? And then 2022, we said, right, we got to change something here. So we started reducing the work days. We do Friday mornings off as a company so that we have time to do stuff together, or we have downtime that's just allocated before our busy period, which is the weekend. But yeah, I think it's a continual battle of trying to make sure that balance is in play, not just for yourself, but for those around you, right? Because it's not, these companies aren't vehicles just for us to feel comfortable. It should be, it's a community that we're building around us, and we want them to have the same kind of ability to balance their lives, like you said, right?
Yeah. What's driving you now? Like, what's keeping you going?
Well, now I have a son, so he's 2.5, almost 3, and he is in the program, and I'm watching him and his confidence and what he's gaining from it, which is really driving me actually to kind of just validates it from another angle. You can hear clients, giving you good feedback about their kids' experience and all that kind of thing, and coaches enjoying the classes, and you can see kids in videos. But I think when it's your own son, you can really see, his confidence grow. There's obviously a lot of times when I've seen the videos of my helper sent through, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like he's all over the place. He's the kid picking up the phone all over the place. And, as funny as that might be for a little bit, like now, he's at a camp this week, and you can just see him just getting confidence. He's just learning what to do. And it's kind of just a great foundation for him to, be in a group environment, to learn basic cues of when to take a turn, when to put your hand up, when to run, when to engage, when to be silly, when to be a bit more serious. So I think that's been a real drive for me to continually work with the team to improve the program.
So is the drive to make sure that Rory just continues to develop himself as a kid, or?
Well, because
you're just seeing Rory's a proof that you're seeing that this is actually really
exactly. It's further proof that we're adding value to society. Essentially, people want their kids to be happy, and I can see he's happy in the program. But it's interesting because a lot of our kids do kind of taper off the weekly classes at 4.5. So Rory is only 2 years away from that, which is amazing when you think. He felt like a baby yesterday, but he's right in the middle of Minisport at the moment. I can just see him kind of coming on, but. I think the opportunities that we can give the other people in the company are really interesting too. Like, I'd love for people to look back at their time with Minisport, whether they've been with us for 6 months, 6 years, or 3 years, and just have good memories. Remember it was a time, maybe I didn't stay there forever, or maybe I did, but like...
You're talking about employees here.
Yeah. So for people to, remember good times, which is why these Friday mornings we try and have, we bowl, we go to yoga, do beach trips, we do stuff as a group, maybe every 3 weeks, just to try and create like a closer bond, especially after COVID when everyone was so detached from each other. Having these isolated periods where people can spend in the same place is really unique. It's not like your business where everyone's in the same building all the time. We're at different sites all over the place, so it can get a little bit lonely. But yeah, seeing what opportunities we can give them, going into Singapore and other markets throughout the world. And we were aiming to go into at least 4 by this time next year, 4 different cities, being able to give them opportunities to travel, being able to give them opportunities to grow in their role. I always feel like a business is like a boat. The faster the front goes, the faster the boat goes, the bigger the wake is for everyone behind. So I just want to drive the business forward, as much for my own personal growth and reaching more children, but also for giving people in the company that opportunity to step up and keep moving forward. Because if we stand still, then that's everyone else standing still. So that's, I'd say, my drives are kind of seeing it through my son, and then trying to really just push my team and give them the experiences and memories that they'll, benefit them for their careers and for their, their families and for their livelihoods moving forward, really.